Welcome back to this week's edition of Inside the Hive. I'm Jordan Taylor. Since our last episode, our men's basketball team needed to win 6 consecutive games to clinch a spot in the conference tournament. They've won an incredible 3 straight games, including Wednesday's victory at Earlham College. Today, joining me, my guest, assistant coach Pat Sullivan. Here at the Wiener Center Gym with Coach Sullivan. Coach had a great win last night. Let's talk some about it.
It was a good one for us last night. We got off to kind of a rocky start. We were down 7 early in the game. We were able to bounce back, close the gap. We got some good play from Kevin Teege late in the first half. We closed the gap, got us back in the game, tied it up at halftime, and then in the second half we came out. Mason Roth hit some big shots for us, and we got some stops, and we were able to string together a few runs, get it up to 5. And that was really a big difference maker for us. We could never stretch it past 5, but hit a few big shots. Shoemaker knocked in a couple pull-up jumpers, and Barnum hit a big 3 to put us up 5 late. And got a few stops down the stretch, a few defensive rebounds, and salted it away with a couple free throws.
Speaking of your free throws, you guys shot 90% last night. Earlham only shot 62%. Is that where you really see the difference in the game?
That was one of the major differences. The first time we played them, we were 8 for 18, I think, from the free throw line. Last night we were 9 for 10. So, made them count last night. Didn't shoot as many, but made them count. I felt like we did a pretty good job on the glass. I felt like that played a big role for us and made some timely shots. I think that was key, was defensive rebounding, free throws, and some timely shots down the stretch to kind of stretch the game out when we needed to.
Timely shots have come from all different players throughout this season. Last night, Logan typically, your main scorer, didn't really have it last night. Talk about how everybody else has stepped up in their role throughout the season.
Well, I think that's the thing about us that has allowed us to play well here down the stretch is that we've had more guys step up and make shots other than Logan. Past couple of games it's been Logan making the big shot, but last night it was Barnum hit a big 3 late, Shoemaker hit a couple pull-up jumpers late. And then you had Mason Roth hit a big step-back jumper with about a minute to go to put us up 5. So it was a bunch of different guys, which at the beginning of the season we were talking about trying to be good. We needed different guys to step up throughout the year and to have a big impact, and last night we got some of that.
Consistency on the defensive end has always been there. What is it with your team being kind of undersized that just makes them fight every game?
Well, they have to. When you're as undersized as we are and, at times thin physically, we're not the biggest, strongest team in the league by any stretch of the imagination, but you kind of have to have a chance, especially against a lot of the post players in our league are bigger, stronger guys, and they've been tough matchups for us this year, and we've had a few guys do a really good job of that. Ryan Hicks has done a much better job the second half of the year at that, and Anthony Barnum's given us a big lift when he's been able to play, when he's been healthy, at really competing down there on the low block, and so I think that just the fact that they have to have a chance to perform when they're not as physically strong as the other guys has been a big difference for us down the stretch.
Next coming games against Rose-Hulman, what challenges does Rose present to you?
A lot. They're really talented. You talk about Rose, you always got to start with their defensive intensity. They're the best team defensively in our league. I mean, they can absolutely lock you up if they want to. They've held teams under 40 multiple times this year. I think Franklin scored 41 against them the other night. That's always the scary part is figuring out how you're going to score it against them. When we played them here, we gave up 18 offensive rebounds, which it's way too many to have a chance to win the game. So I think we need to try to do as good a job as we can scoring on them. Trying to score fast in transition, some picking our spots when we're going to run and try to get some open shots. But also, I think we need to do a better job of defensive rebounding against these guys. Trying to keep them from getting second chance points and staying in the game, giving yourself a chance to win in the second half, which we didn't do a good enough job of the first time we played them. We dug ourselves a big first half hole and never dug ourselves out of it.
You guys are currently on an amazing 3-game win streak right now. How's the team's mindset and morale right now?
They're positive. They're upbeat. They're excited. I think part of having as many young guys as we have. It's easy for them to get excited no matter who you're beating. You win it by 1, you win it by 20. It really doesn't matter when you got a bunch of young guys. They just kind of feed off the winning. And so I think that's been great. But they're excited. They fully believe that, we're gonna win the last 3 and do this thing and get in the conference tournament. And anything can happen once you get there. But I've been really happy with how excited the guys have been and how much they believe that we can get this thing done, because we dug ourselves a pretty big hole in the league, losing our first 5 to start the year in the league. So to give ourselves a chance where we are right now, and with the guys believing as much as they do, it's fun to be around.
Thanks, Coach, for all your time. VC community, this is where we need everyone's full support as our men fight for a playoff spot. For Inside the Hive, I'm Jordan Taylor. Go Jackets!